Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spring Fever with me, XFL Jim, joined by the one and the only Uncle Rico, aka Eric. My man, what's up?
Hey, just living the life, man. I missed you, dude. I missed my Jimbo in my life.
Yeah, it's been like a week
I know,
because
dude.
the college football tailgate's on hiatus for a little bit. We're in not hi, I'm gonna call it hibernation.
You know what? We had a good year. Um, Made some people some money. Hope you guys tailed. It was a fun year. Um, I feel that we have the benchmark right now for the next, moving forward. I feel like first year together doing college football, the bar's been set pretty high.
Yeah, it feels good. I'm feeling good. That was a full season, getting through the tailgate with my man. We had a good time with it. We basically, I think, come I don't know May, we have been doing Spring Fever for a whole year.
Yep. Yep.
We went
I
through a
mean,
whole CFL season together and USFL too. We went through like a whole USFL season together. We've been through two football seasons.
and I feel proud because I feel I taught you the saying "seeing the board."
Yes, you did, and I've been using it. And I haven't just been using it in a gambling sense. I've been using it at work too.
I mean, dude, you could use it in every sense. You can just do it, just seeing the board right now, man. And
Like I'll be
everyone,
doing a good job at work. I'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm seeing the board. I'm really seeing it." It's it's one of the best phrases I've used.
dude, it's one of the best phrases I want to say of all time.
But we're here to talk spring football and spring football news. We're going to break down the Houston Roughnecks roster. We're going to talk XFL schedule. We're going to talk USFL head coaching news.
You know,
There's a little bit of head coaching to the USFL. And I just wanted to shout out the X League. Their season's basically done, but we have one more X League game left. I believe it is called the Dream Bowl. And our boy BJ's playing in it.
no way, really.
Yeah, so what it is, it's like let's see, I have it right here. The Japanese US Dream Bowl set for January 2023, courtesy of American Football International. Great website, love them. So it's like Japan's brightest stars. They just pick a whole bunch of people for them versus it's a lot of like it's versus the Ivy League.
I actually Ivy League schools.
Yeah, so it's like players from Harvard, Brown, like all the Ivy League. It's Japan versus the Ivy League.
Jesus, dude. So these guys are facing college kids. They should boat race them.
This is the first matchup between Japanese football and the Ivy League.
Jeez. So this is a brand new thing.
This is the first iteration of it.
Okay.
It's sort of trying to give these Japanese players like hope, and it's giving them more experience against like all American players. It's trying to get them more exposure in American markets.
But these are
Because
like the X League All Stars, though.
some of them there's like full Japanese players too. BJ might just be coaching in it. I might have gotten that wrong.
I
He might
mean,
just be helping
is
coach
this
it.
like J Dub playing
I
in it?
This might just be all Japanese players. I think BJ might just be coaching.
Because I'm saying if J Dub's in it, he could kill some dude. That he is. I've seen some highlights of him playing in there, and he's like a man among boys.
You know who is playing in it is that one amateur sumo champion who's turned to college football in Japan.
Really?
He's playing in it.
Okay. Okay.
So that's going to be a game to watch. I'm trying to see the exact date for it. I know it's this month, and I think it's this week.
Really?
Let's see right here. On January 22nd.
January 22nd.
Mark your calendars for Sunday, baby, which means for us, Eric, it's Saturday night.
Dude, that's my sister's birthday.
Well, fuck your sister.
I mean,
I'm watching the Dream Bowl.
sorry, Bex. Dream Ball.
Okay, so we have that wrapped up. Also, just shout out BJ because like I don't know if you've watched at all. The X League YouTube channel has started him having like a talk show, an interview show,
Oh, really?
and it's really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. It's let me get the exact name of it because it's sushi something. But
know that.
X League Football Japan on YouTube. Let me look it up. I'm trying to look up the exact name so I have it. Because we got to rep the boys.
Oh, dude, for sure we have to rep the boys.
Playing for Sushi.
Really? That's the name?
Playing for Sushi is the name of it. And he interviews Japanese players, American players. It's really cool. I sat down and watched a couple episodes of it. Recommend. Highly recommend. It's I think they're 20, 30 some minute interviews with these players, just their experience in Japan, their story of how they ended up playing in the X League, stuff like that. It's really good.
Really? That sounds interesting.
Love it. And now we move to the XFL. Should we save the XFL for last since we have so much?
Your call, my friend. Your call.
Okay, let's go to the USFL. Let's do the USFL. So the USFL, as we talked about, and we saw on Twitter, Kirby Wilson, I don't want to speculate. He did say, he mentioned, for personal reasons, he is stepping down as head coach of the Maulers.
Personal reasons, meaning he doesn't want the players to be disrespectful in the line, the food line?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Probably. He doesn't want players eating pizza when they should be.
That is one of the most strangest stories.
Bananas. But they showed it in the documentary they did.
Yeah.
Bananas. That reminded me, I got reminded of that. Did you see the footage coming out of Colorado of one of the assistant coaches running military drills in their assembly hall?
No, not at all.
Okay. We're just going to be watching videos all episode this one.
I mean, is that literally what we're going to be doing? Just checking out videos?
We're just going to be watching videos left and right. Let me see. But yeah, so Kirby Wilson's out. The Maulers are now led by one Ray Horton.
Okay.
Veteran, defensive-minded, similar to Kirby, but
I kind of felt they kind of quit on Kirby, to be utterly honest with you. Team should have been better. They're in a lot of games. They could have won a lot of games. I think they kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Underperformed. I think they quit.
I think they quit, and I think even when they didn't quit, their offense wasn't great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had a fantastic defense. I don't know, man. I like the move. I like the coach. I think maybe they did just need a fresh set.
I think they need
a restart.
To be utterly honest with you, dude.
You think they need what?
Like a new face of the franchise, a new leader.
Possibly, maybe a year's reset if Kirby didn't fumble it this time.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I think the fresh face is going to help the Maulers. I think they're going to be a very interesting team to watch. I'm intrigued on how it's going to work out with the USFL. What teams are going to have certain advantages / disadvantages with the hubs? Because there's still the Maulers don't have a home field. They're one of the teams that are left out not having a home stadium. So I do wonder if their games will still be similarly lacking in a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if it's going to be any better up north because I think they're playing in I think the Maulers got slotted for Detroit.
I don't think it will be any better.
It was either them or the Generals. We need to figure this out. I don't think they've officially announced who's going where. But I would assume the Maulers are either going to Detroit or they're going to Canton.
I would assume Canton, to be honest with you.
And I don't know if I see a great crowd either way.
I don't think it's going to be really interesting to see how these things look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm very excited for the change of the USFL and the XFL this season going in. Okay, I found the video. Okay. Let's take a look at this. And as the resident head coach, as a coach, I want your opinion, Eric.
Okay, give it to me, big dog.
Okay, let's see. Bam. This is the Colorado room. This is Tim Bruce.
When I say stand tall, okay, I want you bouncing out of your seat and stand tall. When I say stand tall, get your ass up. Stand tall. Sit your ass back down. Stand tall. We coming. Raise the goddamn roof. Raise the roof. We coming. We coming. We coming. We coming.
I'm coming.
If them Colorado buses show up, and 60 minutes of hell coming with it. 60 minutes of hell coming with it. The time is now, man. The time is now. Sit down.
All right.
There you
I
go.
want to know who that small guy was in the front row and what position he's playing. He has like 5'8", man.
Hey, he's the backup slot receiver. We'll go with that. What do you think of that? Like, that gave me Kirby Wilson vibes.
A little bit Kirby vibes. How can I say this?
You don't have to be nice.
I like it, but like it's like, dude, I'm telling you, it is so hard coaching young people, and it's completely different.
I like it, but it seems really cheesy.
It does seem really cheesy, but I mean, it's just,
Like, if it works, good for them.
yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. That's Dion. Dion's gonna get the people, yeah,
And I think it works in college.
yeah,
It would not in the pros. No.
yeah.
The other USFL news we got is we have an actual start date. The USFL kicks off April 15th, 2023. Which leads us to our next little bit of the XFL schedule. So the XFL begins February 18th. Basically, almost a month from this weekend.
Okay.
It goes the last week of the regular season of the XFL, the last game of the regular season, is April 23rd. So we'll have about 2 weeks, like a full week of overlap between the XFL and USFL regular season. Not to mention the playoffs and the finals for the XFL.
Yeah.
The XFL will go fully until May 13th.
Okay.
That's the last game of the XFL. So we'll get like a pretty solid month of XFL, USFL direct comparison.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I am, but I think the XFL is going to blow it away.
Blow it away. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it's just because they have media marketing and the USFL does not. The USFL right now is just showing commercials of highlights with no explanation of what's going on.
They don't need to. Well,
Well, they do.
The thing with the USFL is like they might a little bit, but they don't need to as much because they don't have as drastic of a rule difference as the XFL has compared to like the NFL. The USFL is basically the same game.
Yeah.
The XFL has no PATs. They have a completely different kickoff.
Mhm.
And I wonder if they're sticking with their out of bounds rule that they had in 2020.
That I don't know.
And both leagues do have, I still love this rule, both leagues will have the double forward pass.
I hate that rule.
Why do you hate that rule?
I'm an old man. I'm a traditionalist, Jim.
So you want a league to come around and abolish the pass.
Yeah, I just want I want Wishbone. I want Army football 24/7 365.
24/7 triple option. The other thing from the XFL schedule that intrigued me a little bit is when they get into the meat of their schedule, there's a couple games that they're playing. They're playing some games on a Thursday. They're experimenting a little bit with some Monday night football. They got some Monday night.
Really?
They got some Monday night. I think. Let me take a look. There's one Monday game. There's one game on a Monday night.
Okay.
But they're playing around. They're doing some Thursday games. They got a couple Thursday games sprinkled in. They got a Friday game sprinkled in. Like, they're trying to not just stick all 4 games on Saturday and Sunday every week.
Okay, I like that.
And I think a lot of them, the Monday one, I think is in, the Monday one's in March. The Friday one's in March. The Thursday one is February and March.
Okay. Okay.
So they're trying to experiment a little bit with that.
I like that. I like that. Thinking a little outside the box, trying it.
And then their finals, obviously, they're doing one final on Saturday, one on Sunday. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Give each game its own day, and then Saturday for the championship game. But basically, once April comes around, there's not really other sports going on to detract from football.
I mean, there'll be baseball.
There'll be baseball, and I think like hockey will be ending soon during the season.
Yeah. And you got like hockey playoffs, NBA playoffs starting right around then.
The big one is March. March is the tough one with March Madness.
Yeah,
and even that, like, I feel that the viewership for March Madness does die off through the tournament.
Mm-hmm. No.
I think it does. I think for the vast majority,
well, Jim, when you live in
a
Nebraska,
lot of the casuals,
the team is awful. Yeah.
Well, my team doesn't even make the tournament.
I mean, come on.
Is there no drop off?
No, there's no drop.
I feel like a lot of people. Well, there's less games.
Yeah, there's less games,
so there's less like time taken up at least.
That would be the only drop off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Game XFL season begins February 18th. Vipers at Renegades.
Is there a line out yet?
No, not yet. There's futures out, but there's no actual line out yet.
It's gonna be interesting. Like, I know for myself what I'm gonna be doing every single game in the XFL. First half under, game under, auto bets.
So I did the research on this. I pulled a U and actually looked into the trends for all of the spring football leagues, and I found a very interesting one.
Give it to me, big dog.
So the XFL ended at week 5, but the AAF back in 2019 went 8 weeks, and the USFL last year completed a full season. Unders hit at a crazy rate until week 5.
Yep.
Week 5 is the turning point, the halfway point of the season, and after that, it's over city.
Yeah, because there's adjustment.
Yep.
You don't know what you're gonna get. So
it's a lot of the times the books are setting the lines at normal spots. Obviously, these teams are playing under.
yes.
And then once the books adjust, the teams adjust to get better. Like by the halfway point of the season, a lot of these teams are feeling comfortable, and then they start just hitting bombs, and the offenses are feeling themselves, but the totals have been lowered throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
So week 5 on every league consistently, 3 for 3. I think there's been 2 unders out of all week 5 of these spring football leagues, out of
Houston Gamblers?
12 games.
The Houston Gamblers are one, probably?
Probably. Or them or the Panthers.
Dude, the Panthers are so bad. So bad, but they were so funny to watch.
So week 1 of the XFL, obviously Vipers, Renegades, the Guardians at the Roughnecks, the Battlehawks at the Brahmas, and the Sea Dragons at the Defenders. The only thing I have found fault with the XFL schedule, the Battlehawks don't play a home game until week 4.
Really?
Yeah, they play 3 away games. For what you want to be your premier at-home market, the stadium that you expect is going to be like filling up more than any other stadium, you'd figure they'd want to get a home game right away. But I found out the stadium that they play in, the arena,
Yeah.
it's booked.
Oh.
So it had like other things going on.
Well, then that's the issue.
That's the issue. That's the reasoning for it. That's the reasoning for 3 away games in a row.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep, Elliot, I feel you there. Hate it as a Battlehawk season ticket holder. You got to wait. You have to wait all the way to March 12th.
Jesus.
Yeah, they play the Renegades. And I will be announcing right here, I'm going to be in Las Vegas Saturday, February 25th, when the Defenders take on the Vegas Vipers. I will be there in person.
You know what? I wish I could be there, my friend, but unfortunately, I have my nephew's birthday.
I will be, hopefully a Vegas casino will like have numbers for him, and I can have a paper ticket of my XFL bets.
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure they will.
They have to. It's been like sketchy throughout. So like offshores obviously offer it all the time. Offshores had the AAF. Offshores had the XFL. Offshores had the USFL. I was talking to some people living in like Philadelphia or Jersey that some books didn't offer USFL lines last year.
I wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like they're just losing out on potential money.
Don't get me started. I'm currently fighting with many sports books, so just don't get me started.
We'll leave those books unnamed and just say a giant fuck you. You know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Other XFL news. Since our last recording, the Vipers actually have a stadium. They're playing at Cashman's. I don't remember if we talked about it or not, but
we
covered it a little bit.
Process elimination. That's what we had.
Yeah, it was either Cashman's or Allegiant, and no chance they're playing at Allegiant. It's at least
Allegiant would cost way too much money. There's no way.
Yeah, like if maybe like year 3.
Year 3,
maybe. I wonder if they can get, because I think UNLV is getting a new stadium. I wonder if they can snag the old stadium.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice to play in like an actual football field.
Yeah.
I want that. The other XFL news, they have a championship locale.
Let me guess.
Take a guess. Where is the XFL championship reportedly taking place? Nothing's confirmed, but the reports are strong.
Arlington.
Well, what stadium do you think?
I don't know. Jerry's World.
Alamo Dome, baby.
Oof.
They're playing at the Alamo Dome.
Okay. Interesting.
That's the report right now. The XFL championship will take place at the Alamo Dome. What do we think about that, Eric?
It's gonna be interesting to see how many people they can get in there.
I'm gonna go there.
You're gonna go there?
I'm gonna go there. I want to. My goal for the year. I have travel goals for the year. I want to make it to one XFL game in the championship game and one USFL in the championship game.
Okay.
I would love to make it to a CFL game as well, but it's a little bit more expensive to travel to Canada.
Canada is a bitch.
It's a little bit pricier. But if I can make it to one game of each and the championship game of each, I want to make that a reality.
Okay. I mean, I like it. I mean, Texas is fun. We have some friends in Texas. Maybe I'll make a cameo down there.
Maybe you'll see Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico in a cowboy hat.
Last bit of XFL news before we break down this Houston Roughnecks roster. It looks like Jim Haslett might be the defensive coordinator of the Seattle Sea Dragons. They might be going after
phenomenal hire. Phenomenal hire, if it's true.
Would love that. Would love to see that. Yeah, I saw that, Elliot. I haven't watched the video yet, the QBX video, so it's like they're talking about what it takes to be a QB in the XFL, I believe. I need to check that out on YouTube.
Is that the one with whatchamacallit? Paul?
I don't know. They just released it today. It was like a promotional video.
Yeah, that came up because USFL, I'm looking on Twitter right now, was trending.
Well, this is the XFL.
XFL, excuse me.
So, they had a whole bunch of quarterback stuff going on. They have training camp going on at the moment. The USFL also moving up their training camp, so they don't only have like 2 weeks of practice.
I think that's pretty important.
Big move.
Big things.
But now, to the meat.
And potatoes.
It's time to break down this Houston Roughnecks roster.
Let's get it.
Houston Roughnecks roster. Starting with the quarterback. I am assuming the starting quarterback is going to be Cole McDonald.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense to me that he will be.
Kid was a stud at Hawaii.
Oh, kid was a stud.
Stud at Hawaii. He's bounced around a couple spring leagues. He has all the tools. I think he just needs refinement.
But you know what's kind of linking there is my boy Caleb. Caleb's just kind of lurking in the wind.
Yeah, Caleb Ellaby's... I think it's a close battle between all three of these guys. They all have their draws. Elliot, the Battlehawks breakdown will be coming next week. Boom. I think old quarterbacks have their draws. Caleb is also like an unrefined product, but he's got a lot of potential. Brandon Silvers is like, he's a great backup to have in this league because he's a spring league veteran, played in a lot of spring leagues. You kind of know what you get out of him. In 2020, when I was doing all my team previews, I singled out Brandon Silvers. He was on the Seattle Dragons. He's my potential guy. He has a lot of physical ability. He's a good runner, but he never. No, I've never seen him play to what I expect his full potential to be.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a good floor guy. He gives you a decent floor, but he's never going to be the reason you win a game.
I agree with that.
And I think both other quarterbacks, Caleb Ellaby and Cole McDonald, give you that upside. What's your takeaway of the quarterback room of the Roughnecks?
I think it's going to be, like you said, Coles, but I think Ellerby is a wild card. If he comes in and he just dazzles, it wouldn't surprise me if he starts. But I think unless that happens, it's going to be McDaniel. He does have the relationship with that wide receiver too.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that too. Also, I just want to mention, I believe the most veteran coaching staff in the XFL, the Roughnecks. I think just alone with Wade Phillips.
Dude, I love Wade Phillips. Don't say one bad word about Wade Phillips.
No. I think I like Wade Phillips. I think he has by far the most coaching experience out of everyone in this league. Like, I think a close second might be the OC for the Dragons is June Jones because he's been coaching everywhere.
Hollywood June.
Like he's been there.
Wade's been around the block. He knows his stuff. You know, he's got a Super Bowl. You know, he knows how to lead guys. He knows what it takes. I think he's going to be well respected. Coaching isn't going to be their issue. The lack of talent, maybe, but
possibly. Speaking of which, running backs, it's looking like it's going to be Adrian Killens out of Central Florida.
Yeah. You know, only was on the Eagles team. I believe wasn't he the top pick?
I think he might have been the first overall pick.
Yeah, top pick. After that, really don't know what we're gonna get. They have that guy who played in the fan control league. I don't know. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I know that. Excuse me.
Abram Smith was the first pick.
That Killens does have the. How can I put this politely? He wouldn't be the running back I want as my leading running back if I had my pick out of every other lead running back in the league.
Max Borghi is an interesting back as well out of Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
He's played in an air raid system. I think that fits what I would imagine. If Cole McDonald is the starter, I think you want to run like a fast run and shoot, sort of really use his talents. And I think Max Borghi, having that experience, he's obviously in this kind of league, he'll be one of the better pass catching backs. And I think that helps. I think you might see a little bit more Borghi than Killens. I'm with Elliot coming in hot here. He thinks Houston has the second best coaching staff behind the Renegades.
Bold. That's bold. And I could see that. It's
a good staff.
Yeah.
What do you think of the running back room as a total? I give it like a C plus.
Middle of the road.
Yeah, I give it like a C plus.
Middle of the road. Not that high of a ceiling.
No, I'm kind of with you on that one. I think like they'll be consistently like decent, maybe.
Consistently average.
Now we move on to the wide receivers. Eric mentioned it before. They got Cedric Byrd. Great connection with Cole McDonald.
I mean, obviously, like, if you're going to play DFS, Cedric Byrd and McDaniel, no-brainers. If you can get player props, Byrd, first week, no-brainer. Because he's gonna throw to where he's familiar with, and that's who he's the most familiar with.
When you think Roughnecks, obviously everyone's going to think back to the P.J. Walker, Cam Phillips connection. They were the most dynamic wide receiver quarterback duo in the league in 2020. You could see it with these guys.
Yep.
Cole McDonald has the ability. He has the arm. He has the gunslinger mentality. And Cedric Byrd has the speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I'm with you on those props of DFS, baby.
Yeah, I like it. They do have Cam, who was pretty good back in the day. Excuse me.
So their wide receiver room as a whole: Cedric Byrd, Deontay Burnett, Justin Smith, John Trey Kirkland, Aaron Nelson, Darius Robertson, B.J. Byrd, Bent Pullman, Travel Harris, Brandon Lewis, Antonio Nunn, and Jake Herslow, because those last two, one from the supplemental, one from a training camp edition. I think it could be pretty good.
I think it's good, but more importantly, I think they have some tall guys that can high point balls in the end zone.
Yeah, love seeing that. Love seeing that. Tight end. So you'll remember in the regular draft, the Houston Roughnecks only drafted one tight end, Garrett Owens from Duquesne. Since then, they picked up two more.
That's an interesting pick, only picking one. And also, fun fact, he was a running back.
Yeah, he didn't even play tight end.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
They've got two more, though. They've got two more. So they have James Stanley out of Hampton and Kyle Fortenberry out of Northern Iowa. So they picked up some FCS guys.
Okay.
Looking over, Kyle seems like he has some good size, but probably the weakest position for this team.
By far.
Easily. Offensive line, pretty stout, pretty decent. I like Jack Snyder. Yep. He's done a good job protecting bad quarterbacks at San Jose State, and I think now he's got a good quarterback to protect. But so they have him slotted as like I want them to put him at a guard because he's not very big. He doesn't have the size for a tackle, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I think that it kind of depends on what you get off at tackle position. I totally agree. Snyder's not really that big. Playing in the guard, I think, would be the best part. I like Desmond Noel. I like Gilmore, who played for our beloved Georgia State team that disappointed us a lot this year.
Still love them. I love and hate them.
I think that I like them. I think they're headed in the. I think there's potential to be a top 3 offensive line. Potential.
I think this is probably the most important position group for like any team. And if they could be that top offensive line and give Cole McDonald time, yes, I think the Houston Roughnecks could very easily be a playoff team. If not like a top 2, top 3 team.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, what do we think of this defense? I kind of like it, but
you're
I don't love it.
Phillips, who has one of the better defensive minds, but
I do like that.
They got the guy from James Madison, whose name I'm spacing on.
John Daka.
Who can get to the quarterback, which I think is big for how Wade Phillips likes to play in this little cover 2.
Chauncey Rivers out of Mississippi State is also a nice addition at the defensive line.
Yeah. He good tackler. He can get to the quarterback too. And that's key in the Wade Phillips system. You need at least one guy that can get to the quarterback to disrupt it. DeAndre Johnson, who's a linebacker, he can get there as well. Linebacker room is interesting to me. I mentioned Johnson, but after that, they have a couple question marks personally in my book on what's going to be going on there. But the key to them is just the secondary with how Wade Phillips likes to play. I think they have a solid secondary.
I like Texada. It's not the one everyone remembers. It's not Ranthony.
Yeah.
It's Riley.
Yeah. They got the dude that used to play on the Lions, whose names I'm spacing on. I think they got some dudes, and we all know with the Wade Phillips, the cover 2, you need the secondary guys. So I think it's there. Special teams, I like their kicker. He broke the record at UTSA.
Yep.
They're young. They got some dudes. I think the big question is the quarterback position. How does Cole look? You know what I mean? How does he look? We don't know how he looks. We haven't seen him in the football field. How good has he been in shape? What is he looking like? If
How
he can't go,
and if it is Cole, how safe is he with the ball?
Yep. Is he going to be careless with the ball? If he does start turning over the ball and he is careless, does Wade make a switch? And can they get to the quarterback?
Last little bit on the Roughnecks. Offensive coordinator A.J. Smith. For those of you who remember, he was the receivers coach of the Roughnecks back in 2020. Little familiarity. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got a little bit of like the run and shoot in him, which is perfect, I think, for the offense that Cole McDonald you want to run with this guy. That's another reason why I think McDonald's the leading candidate to be that starter.
Okay.
They're going to run a sort of run and shoot, I bet.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's easy offense to pick up. So I could see the Roughnecks and the Sea Dragons having their offenses ready and firing faster than other teams.
But it will take a couple weeks, though.
And like the offense for the Roughnecks in 2020 under Jude Jones looked really good right away.
That's true. That's true.
It's the other teams that like had to catch up.
That's true. I'll give it to you. I'll give that to you, my man.
So I don't know. He's pretty good. Defensive coordinator Brian Stewart. I think everyone's assuming Eric, me, both. Wade Phillips is going to have his hands deep in that defense.
Wade Phillips is going to be doing everything with the defense.
I think he's going to have his hands deep in that defense. But I mean, Stewart's been with Phillips for a long time.
Yep.
So it makes total sense.
Yep.
Where do we slot the Roughnecks? Where do we put them on our XFL board? I'm thinking
3, 4.
I was gonna say 3. I was gonna say 2 or 3.
3, 4.
I like him at 3.
3, 4. Okay.
I like him at 3. Houston Roughnecks, baby. And our weekly look into the XFL futures right now. Let's take a quick look at the XFL futures, baby. Battlehawks sitting as the favorite at plus 350.
No.
Dragons and Renegades following up at plus 400.
I like the Renegades.
Vipers at plus 450.
Nope.
The Guardians at 5-1.
Nope.
The Brahmas at plus 550.
Nope.
The Roughnecks plus 600.
That's an interesting one.
That's an interesting one. And then the DC Defenders at plus 650.
That's interesting.
I know you're going to bet on your boy.
I may have to.
6-1 is interesting.
6-1's pretty good.
Elliot's asking, what's our XFL board right now? We've done, 3 team previews?
Yes.
We've done the Renegades. We've done, what other team did we do? We did the Brahmas?
No.
No.
We did, oh my God, who did we fucking do?
I'm trying to remember who we did.
We did the Viper. We did the...
Who we did? That's so long ago at this point. I'm looking
I know.
it up. I'm looking it up.
We took a little sabbatical, so...
But at least out of the Renegades and the Roughnecks, I like the Renegades a little bit. Sorry, I like the Roughnecks a teensy bit more. I think the upside is there with the Roughnecks. I think the floor is there with the Renegades.
No, yeah. Yeah.
So 3-4 roughly around there. We'll have to, once we do every team preview, we'll have to have a full ranking.
Our predictions, yeah.
Obviously, we're going to be doing that before the league starts. Eric, that's the spring fever, baby. I'm feeling hot and sweaty just doing that. What do you got going on?
My podcast comes out on Friday. Me and my boy David going to talk some NFL betting. My boy Nick and I, we're going to build you a DFS lineup. Hey, we had cashed for 4 weeks in a row, but FanDuel decided to boink us this weekend, so we're no longer playing on FanDuel. And
Fuck you, FanDuel!
We're going to be taking our talent somewhere else.
As you should. As you damn well should. Also, check out the ETF 21 show every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night, my boy Scotty Shapiro from Twin Spirals.
I checked it out last night.
Gino was on it. Gino and I talked a little bit.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a good talk.
It was a good time. Good time.
Y'all know where to find me. I got so much XFL content in the board today. I just had my team uniform review that dropped this week. I have my merch review dropping next week. I got one piece of XFL merch for every team, and I reviewed them all. The USFL should be coming soon. I gotta sit around and order my USFL merch, but that'll do it for this episode of Spring Fever. Give us a like, give us a follow. It does help, and we greatly appreciate it. We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.